All right. You want to start it off? I'll ask a question. So, Keat, how do you know? Keat, how do you know when it's time to move on? Real talk though. How do you know when it's time to move on? Tell me, Keat.
That one cuts deep.
Girl, if you don't answer this question.
That one cuts deep though.
Why?
You know why? Cause I just recently I would say summer. Yeah, summer moved on for real. And
From
it's
somebody you really cared about.
Yeah, it's really an interesting, because this has happened with all of the guys that I've cared about like that, whether it was that deep or not. With the guys in my past that I've had attachments to, that I have feelings for, it took when I had my heart broken for the first time, my first, it wasn't love, but the first love or whatever. I was in eighth grade. Oh my God, I was a kid. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know what was up, and it took me 2 years to get over that shit. It took me a minute.
That's some little teenage feelings.
But this most recent thing was a 6-year build-up kind of sort of thing. So it was a lot of time and a lot of different emotions involved before it even got romantic. I think is why that made it so hard for it to be the way it was. And so when things finally did end, it was very messy and very complicated for me, at least. And it took a lot of time to just accept that and accept the situation. And you're blinded by your feelings. So when you're coming out of something and you do finally separate from this person, and the feelings and the first shock and the residual shock slowly fades, you start to come back and you start to realize and put things together and finally see it from a non-biased, feelings blocking your view of things, and you start to really put everything together for real and really see what was actually going on, from when you're not in love with them or whatever. And I think that can also extend the process. So it's you're learning all these things and you're grieving and you're going through this, and you're doing all these things, but you're also grieving at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And so it's you're realizing things, but you're also grieving the loss of this person, and those two things can be very hard to battle, to handle at the same time.
Yeah.
Because there's this love that you have for that person, and then these things that you're realizing that had happened and the reality of the situation, but then you're also grieving not being with that person at the same time. So it's all of these feelings happening at once, and that can take a lot of time to sift through and work through.
So how do you decide when you have all those feelings and you realizing what you're realizing? How do you know when it's all right, all these feelings are prominent and they're real and they're present, so do I stay and work on them, or do I go that way?
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's not one decision. The amount of times that I decided to move on, it's like sobriety. The amount of times that that you decide to okay, I'm not gonna smoke, or I'm not gonna drink, or whatever, and then you don't for a while, or whatever the situation may be. But I decided many times to move on and to let it go and whatever, but this motherfucker kept creeping back. And so it just played out a lot longer than it needed to. And I think it's not one big moment where you're oh, I'm over it, or oh, I'm done. It just kind of slowly, you know better, you know what you got to do, and you're just slowly accepting things. And then eventually, once you kind of accept that and kind of realize that, and it's in your head, and you have the strength to not look at them and miss them, and you know what I'm saying, I know your worth or whatever, and you just keep fighting that, and you keep being steady with it, slowly it starts to fade away. And then one day you realize, oh shit, I'm over them, you know what I'm saying, I moved on. So I feel it's not necessarily a certain time when to say move on, because it's a long process that comes from knowing I don't want to say like if the person or you were in the wrong, but like from knowing what's going on and that things have to end, I think is when you have to make a decision like that. But then moving on is a whole other thing that I think happens very slowly and not at once. And to me, in my past at least, it wasn't necessarily like it was an active decision that you had to keep working on every single day until eventually it just faded away. And then you were like, okay, I've moved on. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I feel like that's the case in a lot of different ways. I feel like you need the space to move on though. Like once you make this, because a lot of times, a lot of people have this thing where it's like, I don't believe in a break. Like, you know, people say like, I don't believe in a break. I think a lot of times I actually do believe in a break,
I
but
do too.
in a specific way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people use a break to like do crazy things outside of it. But when I think of it, I just think of like, how I think of it now, I should say. I think about it as like, no, I just need a space to like think and like get my shit together and realize what I actually want to do.
You need a space to see what your life is like without that person in it.
Yeah.
You
like,
know I relate.
Which is real. Like, and the insecurity part about your partner, hearing that from you, they think that you're causing them like the harm, which they might be. But even if they're not, though, they still take it that way because they feel like they feel offended that they're the ones that are hurting or are causing infliction.
Yeah. I have no idea how I would go about that with certain.
If somebody was like, if I was like, Keat, I need a break from you, would you be upset with me?
Oh yeah, I'll be very upset.
That's crazy. Why? Did you just hear what I said?
I would be upset because it depends on who the person is in your life, but like the relationship that we have and like the presence that you have in my life, I would be like, oh shit, like, you know, is this about is this about us or is this about other shit and you just need space in general?
But like, you call me too much.
Is it me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there would need to be like communication going on about like what's going on, you know. You don't have to tell me all the tea, but yeah, of course I would.
Oh, you know I wouldn't do that though.
I hope not.
And if I did, I'd tell you. I would call low first though.
You just don't answer. Like when something is happening, you're going through something, you go ghost.
Do you want to know why though? And that's not 100% true, but it is very true. I do talk to some people, but not all the people. The reason why sometimes with you I do that is because you already know what I'm about to say, right?
No, what is it? What?
Because
I know what you.
Yeah, because it's just like it's the age thing. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, sometimes, not with everything, but sometimes it be like some stuff I really honestly feel like you just don't get it yet, and not like in a bad way. That's just what it is. There's a lot of stuff that I don't get that elders tell me that I really don't understand either. But I'm saying like some stuff is just be like when you tell me like, nah, fuck that, XYZ, boo boo boo. Like when I tell you like what happens, because I don't be telling what happens to me and how I be getting played and shit like that. I keep that shit on the low and I just work it out and I come out on top however I can. But when I tell you stuff, you be like, no, you need to set it. You need to tell people. You need to go here. You need to block this person. You need to
The reason I said that though is from experience.
I know, and I'll be like, and I try to tell you, I'm like, Keat, it's all good. Like I'm here. I'm straight. I can handle this shit. Even though it be bogus, like shit that be happening, it really be bogus. But I be telling you like, Keat, it's fine. Like I got it.
I trust
and if I don't got it, I'll let you know.
I trust you do. I trust you do.
It just be funny because I be like, I be really happy because I know you really be caring, but I be like, Keat, it's all good. Like I got it. I'm an adult. My bills is paid. I got you. I'm straight. And I know you be like, all in your feelings.
Don't be in my feelings. The fuck?
Nah, I really do appreciate it. I do go ghost sometimes because I'll be like, fuck. At least, especially lately though, because it ain't always been like that. Just lately it's been like that because I be really thinking of trying to like figure out what my next moves are gonna be, and I really don't know.
When your car something was wrong with it, you didn't speak to me for a week.
When my what?
When shit was going wrong with your car, A year ago, you didn't speak to me
but
for
that
a week.
wasn't. Oh, but that wasn't because I was upset. It's because I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Like,
But I'm over here like, damn, like, did somebody die? Like, I'm
No.
over, like, I had no idea what was going on.
no, like I had to save my minutes because he was calling me during the day. I needed my weekend and nighttime minutes.
You think you're so fucking funny. Don't fucking give me the shoe slap.
No, that was because I was trying to figure out how to get my car together. And I wasn't going to be like, hey, Keat, can I borrow your car? That's not what I'm going to do.
I didn't have a car at that time either.
You did give me some moral support, though. You said, hey, if you want to talk. Here. I said, thanks, Keat. Keathren.
Why is that funny?
Because that's not your name, but it sounds like it should be.
No, not that. Why did you laugh at what I said?
Because I can imagine how you said it. Hey, I know you're going through some shit right now, and you don't have to block me out, but I'm just letting you know that I'm here.
I didn't say that.
That's what it sounds. That's what you would say, though. But I'm gonna tell you something about romantic shit, about that concept that you just said. Men really don't want certain things from women. Specific women. They want everything that you're saying, but not from every woman.
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing that.
So men do this shit too, though. So I'm not speaking like men don't do that, but women do stuff for men because they're good women, which is fine. Because I feel like that's who they are, and they expect men to do something in return for them. But a lot of the times, men don't be wanting that stuff from the specific women that do it for them. And that's just the truth. And that's like a hard truth, because it sounds like, because a lot of people put dating in a category of, if I'm a good woman, I'm gonna find a good man. Just because that's the law, and that's
Right.
not the fucking law.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because I hear this when I date women. I hear like, if I'm a good woman, why don't you want me? Because I'm a good woman. It's just because you're not a good woman for me.
You're right. I was just about to say
But
that.
women don't get that.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that's single out here.
For
I'm not
me-
talking about the ones that's in a relationship and
Yeah.
married or whatever. I'm talking about the single ones.
For me, when I think about like giving and stuff like that, like sometimes I'm like, damn, like I just have so much love to give in my own way. It's like you wanna have someone romantically, because it's different than giving it to yourself, and different than giving it to your friends, family, whatever the fuck. I have like all this love and affection and like, you know, shit that I want to give and put onto somebody, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely understand that. Like there's like a lot of people. For me, love language, I made a mixtape for her birthday one year.
I'm sure you did.
You know what I'm saying? So like and like I like, you know, like it's gonna be like, not everybody's gonna appreciate that and understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I completely understand that, but I think for me, and this might be a woman thing, this might just be a me thing, I don't know. But I think there's a lot of people have so much love to give that they want to give it to that person, and that's why they accept that. They're like, okay, I have all this love to give. I'm a good woman, like I'm a good girl, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna treat you right, blah blah blah. But like you said, like that, it's the same thing. Like there has to be compatibility, personality, but there also has to be compatibility in that sense as well, of give and receive. And that's why it's so hard to really find like that, because there's so many different aspects of a relationship that have to coincide with each other.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it all comes down to what would you do for the person what would you do for the person that you're involved with? That's what it all comes down to. And if there's a limit to that, then I really don't think that.
I also think a lot of women want to be protected, or want to know that they're safe, or that they would protect them. Like for example, like with you and Mac, like what was the situation I was talking about? Like I think with what happened like last week, I was like, damn, like, cause I don't think Mac, I don't know if he knew or saw or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I was like,
what happened?
Yeah. So I'm like, me being a woman, I'm like, damn, like I really hope that, like I would hope that, like if some, like it just made me think. I was like, damn, like if something happened with a guy or like some shit, like some weird shit where I needed to be protected, I was like, damn, like I wonder, you know, how Chuck and how Mac would step.
Did you feel protected by what I did?
Well, of course.
Like, do you think I handled
course.
it the way
Yeah.
you would want me to handle
Yeah,
it?
of course.
Okay, cool.
So, like, I think, like, and I'm just using that as an example, like, I think that a lot of women, like, want to experience that, you know?
Yeah.
When a guy is like, oh, I'm a, like, you know, if someone would step into her, like, he would, like, you know, not necessarily, like, step into, but, like, with fighting and shit, but just anything like that, standing up for her, fight for her, take her side, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, just protectiveness. You know, whatever that may look like for that relationship and for that man, that woman, or whoever your partner is. You know, I think that for me as who I am and also as a woman, I think that's like just like a subconscious thing that I've always wanted, you know, like especially because I'm interested in men, like when a man in the past has been protective of me in whatever sense, it feels great. It's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's like a very common theme amongst women, that they just want to feel protected by their partner, and that their man would step for them and protect them and defend them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It doesn't even have to be like physical stepping, but just whatever that may mean. You know, because that really means a lot to me as a woman, and I think to other women that I've spoken to as well. That means a lot. Whatever it may be, it means a lot.
Can I say this though? There's a difference though between general protection and you my woman protection.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And another hard truth that I'm about to say is that I think a lot of women get that confused. Like a general protection, and I'm using this as a really small, minor scale of an example of holding the door for a woman or getting the door for a woman. That's general. You know, like seeing a woman being mistreated, and you do. I think a lot of that stuff is general.
Yeah.
But when it comes to certain things that a man is supposed to do for his woman, that isn't. I've ran into situations where women will get mad at men who aren't their man for not doing something a husband is supposed to do for them, and they classify it as a general protection. Like if I'm out and a man sees me doing this thing or whatever, and a man comes up and blah blah blah, you're supposed to. But that's not actually, like, I don't feel like that's actually valid, and y'all could tell me if I'm wrong about this or whatever. But like, if I'm not your man, I'm not gonna try to be. I'm not gonna pretend to be. And I'm sorry if you got yourself in that situation, but like, I'm not gonna step in like I'm your man, because at the end of the day, I'm not, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna cross any lines like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
are you protected, like from relationship wise? Are you protective of every woman that you're with, or just the ones that you like really?
If you with me, like I got you, and I'm gonna tell you that. Like, nah, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. It's not gonna seem like fake, and it's not gonna seem like because I also will tell you if I'm not. Nah, you on your own, shorty. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm really gonna tell you, because women take that for like granted. Yeah. Like, they will put themselves in a position just so they can see their man do some stuff.
That's toxic.
And it's toxic. It may sound fun and shit like that, like a game, but it's at the end of the day, it's toxic. And I don't want to be raised in that.
I ain't never done that.
But I'm saying, like, that happens.
Yeah,
and
that's what's interesting, because that's so true. I've never experienced that personally, but that's really interesting, because that's.
Oh, I've seen women get off on that.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Absolutely not.
How do you feel about Do you think a boyfriend's opinion on what she wears is protective, jealousy, or something else?
I think it's all of it.
What do you think about that?
Like, I'm a man that's gonna trust what you're wearing, because if I trust you, that means I feel like you are going, like, we here, like, I'm not going, you can wear whatever you want to if that's how you feel, but I also feel like women aren't going to test that just to see what I'm going to do. So, if it fits the bill of what you're doing tonight, have fun. Do what you're going to do.
I had a lot of friends in high school who were confined to wearing like.
We also have an age difference.
Yeah.
So what y'all wearing and what.
Yeah.
Is
Well, yeah, I
different.
was about to bring that up too. It's like it's definitely different. But like I'm just saying in general, like just a man, like in general, like a male, woman, or any type of partner.
It all depends.
You know
though.
what I'm saying? Cause I feel like a lot of people are like, I've heard people say it's about the male's security or insecurity. I've heard people say it's about the woman trying to be out here in the, you know what I'm saying? Like I've heard many different things. I'm just interested in what your position is.
I'm saying like, so like, if I got a girl and we whatever, what's your intentions on wearing that? Like, what are you saying? Because if you wearing this because you got a photo shoot and you about to do like a magazine or something like that, and that's just the requirement, okay, do your thing. Is the photographer cool? Like, is what business is this, or is this just like a fun little thing you doing just because you feel like you want to do that? That's all good. But what's the intention behind it? Is it tasteful, or do you want the comments of other people, not just men, but just other people saying like, oh, go girl, like I'm happy for you, or damn, like your man let you do, like just stuff like that. Like, what are you doing this for? And then we can get to the bottom of it. But I personally don't care because I do care, but I'm saying I don't care about what you're wearing as long as the intention's there and you're not compromising my safety in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you gonna wear what you, I know you gonna wear what you want to wear. I know how you get down. Shout out to the man that's gonna choose you, cause she gonna wear what she want to wear. I just be like, all right, shorty, do your thing. Why aren't you looking at me? Cause I just can't.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying.
Because I just can't. What are you talking about?
I'm happy you here, Keat. You know?
If your girl asked you.
Oh shit. Let me get my shit out.
If your girl asked you. How do you know you love me? What you saying? What you saying?
Damn.
What you saying, Chuck?
It's funny because you just asked me. You just said you was gonna ask me this, and I totally forgot that you said that you was. How do you know that you love? Is that what you said? How do you know that you love me?
If your girl said, "How do you know that you love me?" You know why? Why do you love me? How do you know? What you saying?
I'm not in love, so I can't answer that. But if I were to think of how it would be, it would be. It would be probably because I want to see you happy and I can't stand to see you hurt.
You said would you recycle answers, or would it be like for each lady?
I mean, you gotta ask me something specific because I'm probably gonna give you the same answer or a variation of the same answer. I mean, like I said, I'm not in love yet, so maybe it's specific for a specific lady. But I mean, no, I think that's what it all literally comes down to.
Is it true that men know right away, like men know like relatively soon if they could like marry somebody or not? I find that so interesting.
I think that's a stretch, but I think there's truth in that, but I think that's a stretch. I don't think that you think that you can marry them, but I think that you know who you want to try with right away.
Yeah.
I think that's the truth.
I understand like trying like being in a relationship, but I could never understand, maybe this is my age thing.
Yeah.
But I can't understand like that because that's because all of these relationships that I've been in over the years, like it changes so much over the years, and that's why I'm so like dedicated to like really having time in between things, because so much can change individually that's gonna affect the togetherness in the relationship. And so, and that's why I think like being together for so many years, whether you're engaged or whether you're just together, you know, it really is like a trial run for real, to just see like what your lives connected in that way can be.
Yeah.
So knowing straight off the bat, I'm like, wow, that's really interesting because I could never do that.
I think so. When you ask me that, I think it comes to like when in a relationship, I know who I want to try with as far as like right now, like, and then we work on that and then see if it gets to where I think it's gonna get to, and then
where is it getting to?
But that's what I'm saying. So, like I like you, you like me. Let's see if we can be boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, we crossed that line. I feel like comfortable with being boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
Now let's do that. Let's be that, whatever that may entail for y'all's relationship. And then it's the next one is, all right, we've been boyfriend and girlfriend for a minute. Whatever the next step is, in my head I'm thinking it's engagement maybe, depending on whatever. But you do spend time in that area to see if y'all like each other, like for real. And then once you feel like I want to get married to you because we talk about plans and we're just aligning, then we get engaged. And then I personally feel like you need to be engaged for long enough to be engaged, because every relationship is different. There's different levels, there's different stages of relationships, period. So you stay engaged for a minute, like at least check off. I don't want to say check the boxes because it's more than that, but at the same time, when it comes to that part, you have to be aligned. Because if you already know I love you, right? So I already know, like, I'm already secure in our relationship in that aspect. Now let's see if we can handle getting stuff together, a home together, a bank account, kids, if we want kids, or whatever the case may be. And then once all that stuff aligned, and when y'all go through all the counselings or whatever y'all need to go through, and now y'all at this point where it's like, I think we can get married now, because I think we figured out we want the same things, or we're just going that way. Then it's like, then you just decide whenever y'all want to get married. But and then marriage is a whole. Then once you get married, it's not just like a ceremony, which a lot of people like to believe, but it's not just a ceremony. Now we have to be married and like do the things that we said we was going to do when we were engaged, and we know it's going to take time because it's not going to be a 5, 10 year, 20 year span. We're talking about till death do you part. So
what is the point of marriage for you?
The point of marriage is just commitment. It's a commitment, it's a partnership, it's a union, it's becoming one, and it's creating just unification and like a companionship.
So what do you think, like when people say like, oh, if it's been 2 years and he ain't put a ring on it yet, he ain't never gonna put a ring on it?
I don't think you really in love, because I think you in love with the ring more than the dude. But there's an imbalance in the relationship anyway, because I'm not saying you don't love him, but I'm saying there's an imbalance because you're trying to make something work that's not working. You're trying to force that.
Yeah.
Like, because he might not give you a ring and y'all been together for 2 years, but he might meet shorty and give her a ring in 6 months because he just feels like what we just talked about.
Right.
So I just feel like from that aspect, you're trying to force something that's just not there. But you've been used to the patterns in the relationship of what you just went through, or what you've been going through with somebody.
Well, I'm saying, like, what if we're talking and I'm with my man, I'm in love, I think this was great, it's going great, there's nothing going wrong right now.
Yeah.
And you my girl, and you like girl, like if he's been with you for 2 years and he ain't engaged, y'all not engaged, he ain't put a ring on it, he ain't never going to.
Is your girl in a relationship? You ain't got to answer that, because I know the answer. Because it's like she telling you something that she ain't going through. So it don't matter. All right, so that was the episode of Unverified.
Do you want to close up where we were talking about, or do you just want to leave that in the air? Because I was answering the question and you said gay, and then that was it.
Yeah, that's how I said it.
Yeah. You and my dad be doing that shit. Anyways.
Are you
I've never had feelings for a woman. I don't know if I would ever. I don't know. I can't really see myself being in a relationship with a woman, but I am physically attracted to a woman.
You like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, so definitely some interesting things to be talking about and thinking about going forward, both of our futures.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hopefully when people see this, Jump will be out.
Well, anyways, Chuck and I are both.
Girl, keep talking.
Nah. Okay. So Chuck and I are both single for Valentine's Day, but ain't nobody worried about it. Because some of us are still in these streets, so we ain't worried about it. But happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Who's in these streets?
Tee up, whatever you're gonna do, get down, leave the door open. I'm not too busy for you. And eat some chocolate for me. You know I love some.
You like
some
chocolate?
chocolates.
You like black? You like? Is that what you down with? Let me find out, Keat. All right.
Anyways,
I'm Chuck.
I'm Keat.
Yo.